Today I'm going to start off by taking a poll. Is your favorite cake chocolate cake or vanilla cake? Which one's your fave? My favorite's chocolate, and I'm making a delicious devil's food cake today with a fluffy white frosting that all you chocolate lovers are going to adore. I just stirred 1 cup of boiling water into 1 cup of unsweetened Dutch process cocoa powder, and it just needs to be whisked until it's smooth. You want to get rid of those lumps. Whisk, whisk, whisk. This is a devil's food cake, so I'm gonna add a cup of sour cream to my chocolate mixture. Classic combo, delightful. Set that aside for a second, then whisk together your dry ingredients. I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and whisk to combine. Once you feel confident that your flour is fully whisked, then you can start creaming your butter and sugar. In my mixer, I have 3 sticks of unsalted butter and 2 1/4 cups of sugar. My butter's room temperature, so it's gonna cream up really quickly and nicely. Shouldn't take more than a minute or 2 to get really light and fluffy, or even less, because I can see that it's already happened and it's been mixing for about 10 seconds. Once you feel satisfied that it's nice and light and fluffy, you can add 4 eggs, 1 at a time. Then add 4 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. Once everything is fully combined, you can add your dry ingredients and your chocolate mixture. You start with the dry and then alternate 3 additions of dry, 2 additions of the chocolate. Then half your chocolate. Then add the rest of the chocolate mixture. Make sure you scrape all of it out. You want every last drop of it. And then the final flour. And then you can transfer your batter. I have 2 cake pans. These are 8 by 2 inch cake pans. Make sure that they're 8 by 2 or your cake batter will overflow. Butter them, line them with parchment, and then dust with cocoa powder. Divide your batter evenly between the pans and have your oven preheating to 350 degrees. Scrape every last bit into the pans, smooth the tops of your cakes, and then put them into your 350-degree oven until a cake tester inserted in the center comes out clean. That'll take about 45 to 50 minutes. When your cakes have completely cooled, and have them on a wire rack to completely cool, you can make your fluffy white frosting. I have 5 egg whites in this bowl, and to that I'm adding 1 1/2 cups of sugar and 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. This is kind of like a 7-minute frosting, which people love and is so great on devil's food cake. But first, what you want to do before you beat your egg whites to make your meringue is warm them up and dissolve the sugar into the egg whites. Do that over a pot of simmering, not boiling water, and make sure that the bottom of your pot isn't actually touching the hot water, because you don't want to cook your eggs before you beat them into ethereal, fluffy peaks to make into frosting. So just keep whisking and whisking. Once your sugar is completely melted, you want to beat this with a whisk. So you can do this by hand or you can do it on a standing mixer. Now you just whisk, whisk, whisk until everything is delightfully fluffy. While you're waiting for the frosting to fluff, you can trim your cakes only if you want to. Trim the domed part off. If you have a really long knife, it makes this really easy. This is an actual cake slicer. Not many people have these, so any serrated knife will do. Bread knife is great. I think we're ready. I think it's done. I want to frost my cake. And that's really code for I want to eat my cake. Perfect. You don't want it to be completely standing up. Add a teaspoon of vanilla. Stir your vanilla in. I like to use a rubber spatula. It's kind of marshmallowy. And then layer. Then put about 1 cup of frosting between the 2 cakes. I do the cut side up on the bottom layer and then down on the top layer so you get the smooth baked in the pan top for the cake. when you cut your cake, you're gonna have to be careful because you will get some crumbs in your frosting if you don't sort of work quickly and apply a very thick layer all at once. Cut side down. Now don't worry, there's a little bit of damage on top of this cake, but it's gonna be covered up with frosting, so I am not worried. Mound your frosting on top of your cake as high as it will go. Use it all. This is the dramatic moment. You could cover the whole cake if you want, but I'm just gonna go ahead and leave the cake sides open and then just do frosting piled on top. Oh my goodness. Once you're done swooping to your heart's content, serve it up and see what everybody says. I think they're gonna love it because, I mean, it's basically bakery worthy, don't you think? Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click here if you want to subscribe and click over here if you want to continue watching more great videos like this.